Right now, I was looking at the top gainers. We got several coins up today. Two of them up over 20%. Yearn Finance bouncing back up off of this little support area here. It's about 18,000. Well, let's see. Yeah, about 15, 16,000. But having a nice bounce back over 25,000. ARPA, I'm not sure what coin this is. I think this is a new one that was listed on Coinbase, but it's running right into this previous support, smacking that, and it's turning into new resistance. If it can break that area, it could continue to move, but the 50-day moving average is starting to form, and it may hit that. It's been in this downtrend since, well, it had a little pop when it first got on Coinbase, but been in that downtrend since then, and it's going to need to break this line. You see that is the downtrend and that resistance line. So a lot of confirmation of this resistance. Gitcoin having a little rebound there. CGLD bouncing off of this trend line. Talked about that one a while back. Looking forward to confirming this support. So now that this trend line is confirmed from these last 2 weeks of candles, you should see probably a decent bounce on this. And this was the triangle I started drawing. It looks like that's what's going to happen. So we'll probably come up and hit off of there. Maybe dip one more time and shoot up or drop. That would be about March. So maybe probably about January, middle January, I think we can see this start to go pretty crazy again. But that's the same. It's the same thing I've been saying, because you can see it on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still holding in that path. And that bounce is about mid-January. And CGLD does follow Bitcoin pretty closely. It may not be as apparent on the chart because CGLD has a very low supply. And because the price is still really low, a lot of people can buy this and really have nice spikes. And you see that on the chart with all these green spikes back through here. Boom, 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 boom. And this nice massive one. Take a look at cake. You're talking about the cake pancake swap. Isn't that cake? It also happens to be the Cheesecake Factory. All right, let's see what we got here. So we have, okay, there's the chart I want to see. So, I mean, cake is down quite a bit. But this is something with all the... There's so many exchanges coming out right now. Like Cosmos has 3 of its own. Imerus, Osmosis, and I guess you'd consider the Gravity Dex. But I think there's one more. I can't remember which one the other one is. But anyway, there's just so many exchanges. That's why I think we've seen Cake have its big run and Sushi have its big run. Now, of course, they continue to grow in those communities, or at least from what I've seen. So could it pop again? Could the exchanges get hot again? That could be a trend that we may see in the future. But it is very close to this big wedge. It dropped below it. Well, actually, here, this is my bad drawing on this line. There it is. 10. Actually, let's just say it's 10. I was going to say 1050, but 10 is a nice whole number. So this is very close to trying to test and break up out of this wedge and could start going bullish again if it can pivot. But if it fails, there's a lot of room to the next drop down, be 750. So that'd be pretty low. So it's just all the competition that's out there for these exchanges is what I'm just like, I don't. Their DEXs, they're decentralized exchanges, and it's just hard to say. Let's see, how's Ethereum doing? Ethereum. Yep, I'm still looking fine on this uptrend. It's actually still holding 4,000 as support. So as I've been saying since, what has this been saying this? Since October, I've been saying as long as it holds 4,000, it's fine. I mean, I had a couple of sketchy days, but as long as it's still uptrending and we don't see anything drastic happen, I think we'll continue to move up on Ethereum. And they're really working on the gas fees. I have noticed some small differences. Maybe it was just the time of day, but I've done several different Ethereum transactions lately, and it seems like the more recent it's been, the cheaper it is getting. But the price was down. There's a lot of factors to the gas fees, and I don't even know all of the details on gas fees in Ethereum network. So if they can ever fix the gas fee issue, that would be great for Ethereum, because there's a lot of stuff built on Ethereum, and that would fix so many problems. Although with Cosmos going to bridge to Ethereum and Bitcoin, if that bridge is able to operate without using Ethereum gas fees, it uses Atom as a gas fee, then that would be big, because Atom gas fees are super cheap. The Cosmos gas fees they're super stupid cheap. But even despite the gas fees, Ethereum is still bullish. So it's just like, this has been going straight up nonstop since what was that? I don't know, even back before then, like June 20th. And you can just see the volume difference, how much more transactions are going through by the volume candles. There's a lot more, there's higher peaks, and we have some thickness in a higher range. Like you compare back here, the peaks all right through here. So back then, nobody was willing to buy Ethereum over 3,000. But now people have started getting, actually that's like 3,000, that's actually 2,500. And now people are, coming in a lot of transaction volume. Oh, I don't know why I looked at that as 2,500. That was stupid. Anyway, point being, there is a lot more volume now and still continuing than there was in the past. So as crypto adoption continues, we'll see more and more volume. More than likely, we'll see a continuation of this uptrend. Because even in these hardest pullbacks we've had, Ethereum has still held the trend line very strong. This was the only one that got a little sketchy, and it was just a quick one. Just like a week where it just kind of dipped and then came back up. There's a $30 holding period for which one? Oh, Cake. Cake has a deposit bonus. Oh, wait, are you not talking about... I thought you were talking about Pancake Swap. Is Cake a different coin you're talking about? Here, let me go to CoinGecko and we'll find this out. Come on, CoinGecko. I check you out all the time. Yes, Cake is Pancake Swap. There is Cake DAO. And then a couple of other weird ones. Cake Up, Cake Baker, Cake Punks, and Cakezilla. But here's the perfect this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. This is the top decentralized exchanges on CoinGecko by trading volume. Uniswap 3 version, PancakeSwap 2, Trader Joe, BuySwap, Uniswap 2, SushiSwap, Compound, Radium 2, SpookySwap, SerumDex, Curve Finance, is it second Radium? Yeah, it's just regular Radium. Maya, I don't know what that is. Orca, QuickSwap, Balancer, Pangolin, Dodo, TerraSwap, and like this list just continues to go on. This is so like way too much competition for decentralized exchanges. Now, of course, there can be multiple decentralized exchanges competing with each other, but this is just an absorbent amount, and they keep popping up. So, 161 of them. There's Sam. He's confirming that there's too many exchanges. Cake DeFi. Let's see. Let me look at Cake DeFi. Cake DeFi. Partners. Heard of Transact. Singapore FinTech. Sparrow. So they offer staking, liquidity mining, and lending. There's a lot of DeFi, so this is another type of DeFi. Ooh, this is not. How is this DeFi if they're a company? I don't know about this. That's real sketchy. This came out in 2021. Yeah, and they got an excellent. Let's see these reviews. So they got 487 views. Okay, look at here. This guy's only had one review. Here's a bad review. Cake DeFi deletes any negative comments about their company. Do not trust this company. They didn't get the $50 promotion. Shady company. Maybe a mistake happened. Let's keep reading their 4.5-star reviews. But this one, there's no picture. There's only one review ever done. Same thing here. Andy H, 5-star, no picture, one review. Surprisingly, not a scam. He's a picture. I don't know. Let's see the bad ones. See, this is always weird. When you see like a ton of excellence, and then the greats and average and poors are kind of in the middle, but then there's more bad ones than average and great. Like how does so many people have an excellent time, and then very few people have a great or average time? You're telling me that 84% of this 480 people they just love this thing, but some people are just like, waste of time, hands off, don't lose your money or coins. Register, try to verify my identity. Apart from the verification is torturous. My registration address was not accepted twice. Oh, okay. Made a deposit but never received funds. Company refused to delete my data when asked. Sign up process was forgotten. $50 worth of missing DeFi. Painful to say the least. You got to be in a while to see the cracks. Major misleading returns quoted. Abused by moderators. Yeah. I was kind of suspicious as soon as I saw that they said they're a company. If there's a company, this is a company, and they're central. They have a CEO. Then that's a centralized power of that company. So it's not decentralized. So they're using DeFi when they're not even DeFi, which is real sketchy to me. That's why you got to do like super on something this new that hasn't been out for a while. You got to do a lot of research on it, just like a new stock, a new IPO or something. You got to check that out and see what it's doing. Yeah, no problem, Ruben. I was just saying, check it out yourself. I mean, that's just what I found that quickly in that little 10 minutes or 15 minutes of looking at it. Just it looks sketchy to me. It'd be too sketchy for myself. So, do your own research. If you do end up trying it and it works out, let me know in the comments or let me know somewhere. Oh, but let's see, what else do we got? Look at that. Cardano's still dumped. Never really rebounded. Just holding that 120 area. Doesn't look like it's going to be ripping anytime soon. It could get a nice bounce off of here if the market continues to rebound. Let's see how the Cosmos ecosystem is doing. So Atom, I already have paths drawn out for that one. So it doesn't look like we're heading towards the red path. We've pushed up towards this green path, but still kind of right above this one. So it's kind of, either a little bit iffy at the moment still. But buyers did come in off of that dip at $20. Yeah, look at that. $20 is strong support. A lot of buying came in there, bought this thing up, pushed it back to 22 all in one day. I mean, yeah, to start, the app and stuff is going to be centralized, but it will be the whole function is to turn the project decentralized pretty quickly. Whereas that they pretty much said that some about the liability I read in there and it being them not. I don't know. I don't know, man. Try it out for yourself. Check it out. Let me know. This is something after reading some of those reviews and whatnot, it just doesn't look too good. Let's see. We do have some support on fetch down under 46. Could never hold 50. Still getting rejected at 50. Third live stream today. I'm losing my voice. But yeah, if fetch can't get back over 50, then it's probably going to drop even more. If it does get back over 50 cents, it's in a consolidation triangle and be the same type of breakout around at mid-January and February. Terra Luna still very bullish. Nice bounce off the trend line. If you got it at $50, you're already up 16 bucks. This is one that every time it reaches that trend line, it gives some opportunities and it just keeps going and going. So that's that. Depending on how this candle closes. See, if we don't push up any more on this candle, then we'll have started a downtrend in the short term, which would make this a wedge triangle or whatever kind of triangle you want to call it. Triangles are triangles. But we could see it bounce back down probably like 56 and then break out, or if it doesn't bounce, it would just dump. Well, maybe not even dump. I mean, it is a pretty strong project. So if it didn't hold the trend line, I would say we'd see it get some support around 40, maybe 35. There's just a lot of congestion all back through here that would try to hold as some support, and then the very bottom would probably be 20 bucks on Luna. This previous major resistance line. It's actually, I guess you could put it more like that now. We're kind of seeing it yet, because that bounced down to there. Sam is, he's wild today. He's barking at everything. All right, Ruben. I'll let you later, buddy. Have a good one. So, let's check on Solana, because I haven't looked at Solana yet. And Solana seems to be following that prediction path. Actually, it kind of shot up a little bit higher than that prediction path, so it may, you know, it may move a little faster. We could see the market. I mean, we're only what, 2.5 weeks away from January, so we could see some possible quicker movements than I'm thinking. Another big push in the crypto market. But it may, it looks on the chart like it's going to be January, early February. But in this rebound, depending on if we hold these rebounds on a lot of these coins, I think we'll see a possible another bullish move, like a big leg up coming. It's hard to say, because there's so much. It's hard to call the exact time anyway, I'll just say that. Oh, and let's talk about gods. We haven't checked in the gods. Gods token, got the crazy drawings there. I was completely wrong about all three of these. This was the best case scenario, and it just rebounded hard, shooting straight up. And then it's today, though, it's holding 650. So if we continue to hold this area as support, that would be another higher low. We built a higher low here, higher low here. So I kind of expect it to go sideways for a little bit before it tries to break up again. But the supply is so low, and that's why you see this spike from $5 all the way up to $7.64 in one day. That volume bar was not even as big as this volume bar. So a lot of the selling looks like it may have gotten out of here. A lot of the traders and swing traders and things like that. And now you're seeing actual growth of people coming into the game to play it and adopt the currency. And, you know, maybe not fully adopt the currency, but at least start getting it working. I'm just going to take all three of these off for now, because I wasn't really expecting that scenario. I wasn't expecting that scenario at all, but that's still strong move to see. And actually, we may, I just now noticed something. So I was saying, until we got an idea, I wasn't sure, but now we have a trend line here that may be starting a little uptrend. Connect those right there. So with this candle, this indecision candle, followed by this big bull candle, big green bull candle, the next drop may be to $6, and then we would bounce off of there to try to test that 750 again and break over the top of that resistance line. So yeah, this uptrend on gods is going to be something to watch. If you're not watching gods close already, you know, if you're looking for a swing trade or something, but this is a very, very volatile coin. on Coinbase Pro, all you should have had to do was just log in with your regular Coinbase account, username and password. Unless they change something, which I've not heard of anything. It's just as simple as that. Like literally, whatever you log into Coinbase with, you just go to log in on Coinbase Pro and log in with that. You shouldn't have to create a new account or anything. Let me know if that solves the problem, might be, and if not, I'll see if I can help you out some other way. But you shouldn't be asked any questions. Avalanche, come on, get off there. Back over $100, testing $100 previous. Let me get this out of here. Previous resistance back through here, and it's trying to hold as support. And you can see I was a little bit wrong about Avalanche. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes these crypto moves are quicker. But I am going to leave this prediction on Avalanche because I think it could catch up to that. The way it got pushed down by sellers today, it doesn't look like it's ready for another breakout quite yet. So we'll probably see some consolidation for a little bit longer, above 100. Well, that's what we're going to need to see anyway, if we're going to see a pop come out of it. Because if it can't hold 100, it's going to drop back to this trend line down here. The original uptrend. I'm going to take that off. We're way above that. But this uptrend's been going strong since July of this year. So yeah, if there's any coins anybody wants me to take a look at, want some thoughts on that, just let me know in the comments. Crow, still downtrending a little bit. Well, yeah, it's still under that 10-day on the daily, but it is holding that 50-cent support. So as long as that holds, we'll see it break this downtrend next couple of days possibly. What's up, One Life? Bitcoin going to 500K. You're gonna. Yeah, I can take. No problem, Heather. Welcome to Framework Fortune. So, for people who are joining who are new, I do these updates at 4:30 Central, Monday through Saturday. And so if you catch them on time, most of the time I usually cover the coins that most people ask about. So like I've already covered Solana. I literally just covered it right before you join the stream, but it's not a problem. I'll go back over it because it's pretty clear cut on Solana. So I mean, it bounced off of that 170 area. Right now it's right above the 10-day moving average. It is getting pushed down, some selling pressure, so it doesn't look quite ready to break out. But this path was what I predicted. It looks like on December 10th. We did drop below it, but now we're right, kind of in it. Like this is just a highlighter I just used to draw this. So even if it stays above this path, I mean, that's still better. We just don't want it to drop back down and test this 170, 175 support. We want to see we actually want to see 175 hold. What I got at 170? Right there's 175. There we go. Yeah, that makes more sense. So as long as that holds, then we could see a nice bounce off of it. Maybe a quick pop up. But more than likely, it's going to go sideways a little bit. Little consolidation, and then try to push up to that top, or at least to 200. Maybe, this run that I'm expecting next year could be that time. Solana, though, is on a pretty big uptrend. Well, actually, no, Solana did crack that uptrend. So, I mean, it's still trending up, even though it did crack the original uptrend. That's where the first initial explosion was, and then with a lot more people transacting in Solana, you can see that big volume bar difference, and it's just bouncing around, bigger candles that's been coming out. So we flat topped at 250, and now we dropped all the way back to 175 and are running into that support, which you can see it very clearly on this weekly chart. That was previous resistance. Strong resistance for a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 months of resistance at 175 before it had this break. So it's just got to confirm that previous strong resistance as new support, and then we could see that continuation. So if it doesn't hold 175, yeah, you know, like a week is not a big deal. It did crack below 175 for this week down to 150, but it's pulled back up. So that's what we're waiting on. We want to see it hold that area. And of course, 150 is strong support too. So if it does crack 175, it's going to run into 150, and could easily bounce off of that. So you do have a decent amount of support below it. But still, till next week, we'll want to see next week a bullish green candle start moving up off of that 175 area. No problem, Heather. You added Solana on the dip, One Life. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. You know, I added a few things in the dip as well. I did pick up some. Did I pick it up? I was trying to pick up some osmosis last night because I found out that osmosis is 130% staking interest. So if I can't remember if I picked it up or not, but I'm gonna go see later. And if I did, I'm gonna stake it in my Kepler wallet. AGLD was so I'm pretty sure. Let me check and see on CoinGecko. AGLD. Yeah, this is a game. That's what I thought. It's an NFT game. It says it has a circulating supply of 0. That doesn't make any bit of sense. Blockchain-based service, game publishing, investing campaigns to various games. But this is one of those things that concerns me. Same with the exchanges, where when the more competition we get, the more likely we're going to see projects fail. Because there's more projects out there, you know, projects fail quite a bit, but we're probably going to see more and more failure rates because the amount of people trying to build blockchain projects and all of that is going to continue to increase. So at the moment, this AGLD game must not be too popular because it's done nothing but sell off since it's been on Coinbase. I'm looking at, hold on, let me look back on this trading view chart. Yeah, so even on the trading view chart, it had one big spike up for a week and then has dumped since. So that could be, you know, that's one of my concerns with any blockchain game, just because gamers get tired early. And the DEXs, the exchanges, and even the centralized exchanges, because there's plenty of those like Voyager, even those, there's going to be some that fails just because there cannot be endless amounts of liquidity. What's up, Lauren? Hey, that's not a bad idea. When Life transferred your free crypto rewards on Coinbase to Solana. It's definitely nice and warm morning. Okay, it's cold. It's cold up here. So let me go on the real tight watch list and look. I see Voyager on the weekly has pulled back quite a bit, but there's just no other charts. Let's see the trading view chart. Okay, so that one gives us a little bit more. This is another coin that's volatile. The best chart for Voyager is actually on Voyager. I'm going to delete that line. That line's crazy. But every time on the weekly that Voyager has popped over $5, it's not been able to hold $5 as support, at least in the last couple of months. So Voyager's going to continue to climb in the short term. And I mean, it does have a little bit of an uptrend here that has started. But if it's going to continue to climb, it's got to get above $5 and hold $5 for a week. Maybe 2 weeks. But that's another coin that's pretty volatile. And VeChain looking like it may start going into the bearish path here. There has been some buyers trying to keep it up on the trend line, but we did dip below today. If we open up green tomorrow and it pushes back above the trend line, VeChain's probably fine, but if it sells off any more tomorrow, it's pretty clear that this would be the path it would be taken. There is some support at 6 cents. Yeah, 6 cents could hold up. If not 5 cents. But really giving a strong test of this trend line here. Let's see, what else we got? How's Matic looking? Yeah, look at Matic on his weekly chart. Whoops. I don't use that. And this is that big wedge I've been talking about. You just see it better on the weekly chart, though. What is that? Is that $2 area? Yep. $2 has been such a strong place for Cosmos, or not Cosmos, Matic, Polygon Matic. So we are over $2. There is some resistance at 210. Oh, let me move this line down. I'm way off on this line for $2. Yeah, $2 is right there. Right there. Yeah. So basically, 250 is going to be like a whole resistance zone. Even if it breaks $2 like it is now and continues to push up, it's going to run into that 250 again. And it'll probably have to consolidate a little bit, maybe drop back down to 215 or something, and then try to break out. Now, if it was to, like tomorrow we see it shoot up over the top of this candle, then we could see it up to 3. But I don't think that's likely because all the selling pressure has been pretty recent. These last 2 days, I mean, this is very tight squeezing. Buyers from the bottom pushing it up and sellers from the top pushing them down, and the bodies of these candles just being like little flat quarters and dimes with little tails coming out of them. Shiba, ooh, on the weekly chart, still some indecision, but Shiba on the weekly looking pretty bearish. This is indecision right on the support, followed by this bearish candle. Did we drop? Yeah, we did. We did drop below. That tail peaked down right below that previous tail at quad 032. So it's still trying to hold back above it. Let's go in the daily chart on sheep because that's looking a little rough there. Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of support right here for Shiba at that 33. It's held above that quad 033 for 4 days if it can hold today. So Shiba's very close to having another leg down is what's looking most likely. But I think tomorrow we'll have a better picture because it still could hold here. It's just looking pretty weak. We may see this big wedge crack. Trying to see if there's anything moving that I haven't noticed. Let's see what's Balancer look like. Balancer below its trend line. Got to come back up for me to look at it. NMR. This one actually finally cracked its trend line. Let's see. 25, 30, 5. Or maybe I have my trend line drawn wrong. Nah, I think the uptrend is cracking. There is this one little tip right here at $24, $24.13, where it did go a little bit lower, so we're still higher than that. Again though, just right at this time, we're having some pullbacks, it looks like, across the market. Let's check the indexes real quick and see if the stock market is dropping right now too, because the stock market is not closed yet. Open irregular hours are closed, but not. Let's see, oil. Not doing much today. A little double top in the short term on gold at 1800. Silver's rebounded pretty decently off of those lows at 2150 or 21, somewhere around there. So what's the dollar doing? Yeah, dollar's still dropping. Beautiful. Well, not beautiful really, but as long as we keep seeing the dollar coming down, should see a lot of assets go up. That's a weird candle. Let's see. So we opened. No, we would have opened here, so we closed red. So we started out. So it looks like the market did continue to dump today. Down at 465. Let me go into a 1 hour and oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. Because there's pre-market. It was dumping in pre-market after this gap up and then continued to sell off all day. And looks like it's starting to drop again. So everything kind of dropping. Investors are just so scared right now. They're just scared all over the place. Meeker's Adventure, you said that you almost regret buying alts now. Well, when did you get in the altcoin run? Because, I mean, if you got in late and you're still holding altcoins at these recent all-time highs, you know, that's not usually a great thing to get in at all-time highs of anything. England raised rates. Yeah, we just had Jerome Powell come out yesterday and said that they're not raising rates right away, but they're going to start tapering. So, Flux and KDA, I'm not familiar with either one of those. Flux, 194 ranked, decently low supply. We don't have any information on Flux. I don't like it when we don't have any information. 45,000 Twitter followers. Looks like it's been getting some more action. The Reddit group has been, well, I wouldn't say exploding, but from September 18th, they were at 252 Reddit subscribers, and now December 15th, they're at 2,779. And Twitter followers have almost doubled. Well, actually, they have doubled since that same time. So there is some hype coming around this project. Let's see, is AK, what is that I was looking at? Flux. Let's take a look at this chart. Oh, stop with the X's. Am I right, ladies? My X is stuck. There we go. No, come on, man. All right, there we go. Woo! Boy, that thing had a big spike. Did this just come out? What is this? That's on calculated by TradingView. Let's look at the tether chart. There we go. Well, I mean, there's an uptrend started on this. You got an uptrend since October 22nd, it looks like. That's still running. It just bounced off of the uptrend. Well, it actually didn't even touch the uptrend, but it came down close right here. But had this red indecision candle right above that support, and then bullish candle yesterday. And the day we're just kind of, just kind of indecision and out. A little doji looks like you got a downtrend about somewhere like that. And this is in a nice wedge pattern, which is consolidation, which could lead. This was a premature breakout of the wedge pattern. But you can see where it's through wicks above that resistance, that downtrend resistance, what, 4 times? Well, that'd be 5 times, actually, counting that one. So we're going to need to see, basically, Flux get back over $2, I would say, by the end of the weekend, being generous. But overall, I mean, that's pretty bullish looking. That looks like a lot of the other coins that's been making their nice moves. There we go. You can see it a little bit better, the downtrend. Oh, come on. Ah, come on. What are you doing? You see that? The clicker is blue, but it keeps on trying to draw trend lines. It's not me. see, actually on the weekend, we're flat topping right here on both of these candles. And what is that? It's 175. So break a 175, we would see the push to 2, and then break at 2. This thing could go get back bullish again. Final top be about 253. I mean, there's some resistance at 250. But 2 wicks also hit at 3. So there's a lot of resistance ahead of this. This needs to climb up on. But last time, it went on a nice run. It exploded through a lot of resistance lines from 32 cents all the way up to 313. So I don't know anything else about this thing other than what I've just looked at. But the chart doesn't look terrible as long as it can continue to hold up. And then KDA. Let's see. I'll just go to Flex real quick and take a look at it. It's a cloud infrastructure. So you can launch a node, deploy an app, GPU mine. Trusted by our partners. Wire I've heard of. BitPay I've heard of only because they reached out to me for some affiliate program. So they're working on, it looks like Flux Ether, Flux BNB, 7 more to come. Flux blockchain uses Flux OS. So you can, looks like you can run Flux on Minecraft. I know Terraria, I think, is a game too, or Terraria. I'm not sure how to say it. Terraria, I think. Minecraft is definitely a game. Valheim looks like a game. Okay, I know about Polkadot. Flux nodes are hosted on enterprise-grade hardware in decentralized manner all over the world. So you got a 50-50 split between GPU miners and node operators. So is this like a proof of work and proof of stake? Kind of like a hybrid? Well, they tell you what you need to run your own node. So you can run a node for this and I guess get some Flux only with a 4 gig RAM and 50 gigabyte hard drive. And, well, you gotta have 2 terabyte bandwidth too, but that most computers nowadays that come out are usually 4 gigabyte RAM or 4 gigabyte RAM or more. So this is some type of hybrid. Flux project has implemented a mechanism of parallel assets. that will live on other blockchains. Flux will capitalize on the beneficial features of each blockchain without depending on any of them. Yeah, I'll have to look a little more into Flux. It's interesting, but they're a little bit all over the place. They have a Flux store. Here we go. Here's the white paper, but I don't really want to go through all of this. Number 4 here, let's see. So it said page 4 was why you need, why a blockchain needs Flux. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some more digging into that one. And then you said the other one was KDA, which is another one. Well, actually, nope, never heard of KDA. KDina. 160 million circulating supply with a total cap of 1 billion. So that's slightly concerning to see right away. Actually, let me see if these question marks say anything. Nope, that's the estimated circulating supply from them. Kadena is launching one of the world's first true scalable blockchains ready for applications. The blockchain is braided, high throughput proof of work system that runs chain web. So this is another proof of work that you must be able to mine. Oh, here we go. We got a lot more information. Oh, wait a minute. Kadena Enterprise software is in use today by major companies in finance, healthcare, and assurance, while allowing builders with vision to skip straight from idea to product. With the launch of Kadena's public chain, the system will support the blockchain development from private to public and everywhere in between. So Kadena is not decentralized. Because, see, you're going to pay these gas fees, the transaction fees, and I'm wondering, do they keep those fees? Because it is possible for a company to put out a decentralized blockchain. But since this is a major software company that's been working with finance, healthcare, and insurance, which all 3 of those in the United States, well, pretty much around the world, they've not had the best track record, especially of late. So, I mean, I would definitely look into it more. Let me check let's pull it up on the chart here and see what it looks like on the chart as KDA. But, you know, I'm more for decentralized apps, but I do like Voyager platform, which is centralized. So there's nothing really wrong with centralized blockchains or apps, unless your whole point of blockchain and cryptocurrency, which is, to me, kind of the point, is mainly decentralization. So Like Voyager is a company on the stock market, but they're only company they've only been on there for the Voyager app and Voyager Digital, and I think the ticker symbol is VGYDF or something like that. It's on the OTC markets, but they are trying to slowly take a they're slowly trying to move out of the way and let Voyager become centralized. So I mean, a lot of projects do start out centralized. It's not some random person. Well, there is random people out there creating blockchains, but some of them do start out centralized and can end up being decentralized. If it's a company though that may be sketchy, I would want to do the research on Kadena. Let's see if they're a public company. Let's learn some things about Kadena. Kadena Software. Ticker symbol. Oh, what do we got here? Kadena. Founded in 2016. Kadena Investors, Devonshire, I don't even know how to say that. Asimo Ventures, Metastable Capital, Coin Fund, Kilowatt Capital, Multicoin Capital. And then they're apparently direct competitors with Ethereum, which makes sense. Super Intelligent, a supplier intelligence company. They're based out of San Francisco. They're not a public company, they're a private company. And these are the people ahead of it. Unless this is a totally different company, that could be a possibility. Craft.co, but it's saying Kadena. Sounds familiar. No, wait a minute. Yeah, Craft.io, Kadena. Yeah, this is it. So the company goes back to Kraft. So let me look up. Well, Kraft, it said, was a private company. Kraft. It's 4.9 million. No, I don't want to check it. I don't want to log into that. Let's see, view company. Let's go back. So okay, so it looks like, well, that was in December 20th. They launched a decentralized exchange, supposedly. It is a hybrid. That's Chainlink price feeds. Yeah, see, you got to get deep. If you want to make sure that they're really putting out something truly decentralized, then you got to go into all this and research and find out about this company, who's behind this company, what money is flowing into this company. Because I can tell you right now, if there's any government funding to this company, then that's not going to be good for any decentralization adopters. KDA did get a nice bounce. Did I already cover the chart for it? It looks the same as Flux. Why does it look exactly the same as Flux? Oh, come back here. No, I'm not doing Flux anymore. I can't get my X button to work. Nope, stop. AP13. I've not heard of AP13 either. That's a weird coin name. There it is too. AP13. How about that? So all we've got. This is on Coinbase. Let's see. Yeah. When was this launched on Coinbase? On the 8th. Okay, so this is a new coin that I haven't seen on Coinbase yet. Doesn't mean it's a new coin. It's just a new coin on Coinbase. Let me clarify that. Okay. Well, let's check out this weird ticker symbol. Does not look like it's on CoinGecko. That's API 13. There it is. Okay. So say if it's not on CoinGecko, that's scary. That always scary. Woo! Look at that supply. Only 41 million and a half estimated, and a total supply of 108 million. So that is a pretty low supply. This is a decentralized API or a platform for decentralized API services targeted at the Web3 infrastructure. Data feeds are served and governed in a decentralized manner, and the standard internet web APIs are hosted, leading to the single point of failure, where here data will be distributed across different providers and will also be accessible by smart contracts. I mean, there's a lot of different things like this. So that's one of those things where I'm like, a lot of companies are going to be, well, companies and decentralized groups, projects, whatever, they're going to be trying to benefit off of blockchain. So we're going to see a lot of hoodoo and nonsense. Expect that. I'm not saying the API 3. Is it API? Yeah, I think it's API 3, not API 13. API 3 is something like that. I don't know, because like I said, I don't know hardly anything about it other than what I'm looking at now. Let's go, so they're a .org. Hey, there's got somebody that's got a transparent cookie reader. The leading is leading the movement. Okay, I mean, that's their website. Anybody can say anything on a website. Quantifiably secure, cross-platform. They've got a lot of partners here. Matic, Phantom, Harmony, the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, whatever that is, Curve Labs, which I think is where the Curve DAO token comes from, if I remember correctly. Curve Labs is a part of, what is it? Maybe it's Earn Finance. I'm thinking the Curve token is a part of. They got invested in by several different names here. Pantera looks familiar. None of these other ones really look familiar. So you can build, I mean, it's just another blockchain, it looks like. Let's see their token. So you get governance. Whoa. Generate shares in that. What? What do you mean generate shares? What is going on with this thing? By staking your API3 tokens into the insurance staking pool, you are providing API3's users with quantifiable security guarantees in the form of insurance. Insurance staking pool funds are used to cover potential financial losses from DAP. Oh man, I don't know about that. You generate shares of API3 DAO. Yeah. It's an insurance, but it's not. That's not the type of decentralized insurance plan I'd want to be looking at. Because like with staking, usually you're staking to incentivize, but with this chain, you're staking. They are incentivizing you with the nice fat juicy 31%, but if something happens, you're paying the bill, not them. So, I mean, it says it's decentralized. I don't know. I do not know about that. That is really sketchy. And they got the white paper in a bunch of different languages, so they must be. Collateral. Let's see, the DAO pays the API providers. They supply the data, okay, into this. What a weird pay subscription fee. Yeah, I don't like this model. I don't like the tokenomics of this at all. Well, it's not even. It's not really even the tokenomics, though. It's the way. Well, yeah, I mean, it is the tokenomics because part of it goes to the insurance pool. But I don't like the idea of an insurance pool. Because insurance itself is a scam. You give somebody your money every month in case something happens. If nothing ever happens, then you just gave your money all your life to some other person because of a magical something that could have happened, which is. Like some people are going to be like, oh, health insurance is so expensive because of whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, healthcare and all that is partly it's so expensive is because of insurance companies. When somebody else pays the bill, yeah, chart is messed up. Okay, yeah, it's you gotta be careful. Maybe you could do more research and maybe it not be that sketchy. But one thing for me, if I'm looking at a new project and I'm going through it and I see something sketchy and then see something else sketchy and then something else sketchy, that's gonna that just raises a lot of red flags to me. Like I've only spent 15 minutes on API 3, and within that time frame, I already don't like it. I feel gross. I want to take a shower after looking at it. So it could be different. Maybe I could spend 12 hours and then would see, maybe this is a great idea. But on the top layer surface, this looks like, something that somebody did a great job or was designing this website to trick people into getting it. But, I don't know. I don't know. It could be, yeah, they've got a Discord. No, I do not want to be a part of their Discord. They've got 2,000 members in their Discord group and only 393 people online. So, how long has this been out for? Let's see. What was that chart? What do we say? That's the Coinbase chart. Let's look at who's been out longest. Probably Bitrex, I think. Yeah, so they've been out since 2018. They shot way up there to $9 and then dumped. And then it climbed all the way up. Had a big old, another massive run up to $10, but had a massive dump. And continued to dump until this December when it got listed on Coinbase. So it probably got listed on some more exchanges. So some volume. Yeah, you can see it right there. Because it got listed on Coinbase, more volume came in. More people were interested in it. Transactions were happening. So it's getting some push up. It did have a pullback with the rest of the market. And there is a little bit of volume coming back in and rebounding in this. But even with these big spikes, like this day right here, this huge spike. Get out of here. How did you get back on that? Where did you go? Right here. Look at the volume. This is very low volume. It doesn't even show the spike on the RSI. So how did it even spike with low volume? And on top of that, there was more selling volume than buying volume. So that's really weird too. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that one. That's just my personal thing with that. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Let's see. Can I see your chats on ShareVision? Let me check real quick. Or can I see my chats or can I see your chats? Are you streaming right now, HH? Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, so my chat's working. Perfect over there. I see ya. I got you, Hal. So yeah, cool. Thanks. I appreciate you agreeing. Or not agreeing. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I appreciate you going and checking that for me. Thank you. But yeah, that's the thing. Like I said earlier, there's going to be tons of projects out there that are going to fail whether or not they are scams or not. Not every single project can make it. We've already seen plenty of meme coins come and go. They come out. There was the one Ruben you were telling me about, and you showed me the other day, Fluffy Coin. Some dude from YouTube or whatever who does tutorials or something or another. I don't know exactly who he is, but Ruben can give you more details. But anyway, he made a whole coin as a prank, and it said, do not buy this coin. Like, it gave you the steps of where to put your wallet address and all that in, but then it said step 5, don't. And then it said some other stuff. This whole website is a lie. And then people still went and bought the coin, and it had a huge crazy spike and then dropped right back down, of course. So that was like the most recent one was Fluffy, where some hoodoo came in. But it was a little confusing. Yeah, see, there's not even a Fluffy chart. It was a little confusing, but still the fact that people will buy a coin that even says something like that. They probably didn't even look at the website. They probably just heard go buy Fluffy from some random YouTuber, or maybe their friend found it and they're like, oh, this Fluffy coin is going to be the future. The only meme coin that to me has really worked out is Shiba. And Shiba actually, it showed me that meme coins can turn into something. Because I did not believe in Shiba at all in the beginning. And I did not like the quadrillion supply or quadrillion supply or whatever. But when they started burning tokens And then I noticed that they got their exchange out, Shiba Swap, which is really cheap fees. And they've got staking and liquidity pools and all this other things going on over there. Hey, Shiba's actually turned out to be a pretty legit project, and the swap is better than a lot of those other swaps that I was talking about earlier that are decentralized. It just needs more coins in their exchange because they have a short amount that you can get, like any new exchange. So as Shiba grows, I think there's actually some potential in that meme coin. However, that is one meme coin out of, who knows, an astronomical amount, but I'm going to say probably, I don't know, thousands and thousands of meme coins that's come and go and are now worthless. So that's the thing. When you're looking at a coin for like an investment or a long-term investment, you want to look at the technology behind it. What is backing that coin? Like, I don't care about the coin's name. I don't care about the picture on the coin. I don't care about none of that. What I want to know is what is behind it. Is there a valuable technology that is going to disrupt current sectors and bring lots of money and profits to a decentralized community by staking or liquidity pools or any of that? So if there's not a lot of information you can find out about the project behind the closed doors, like if they don't have a Discord, or there's not, like, Telegrams, I don't know, I don't use Telegram, but I've gotten a lot of scam messages from Telegram. So when I see that coins only have, or projects only have, a Telegram, they don't have a Discord, they don't have an Instagram, you won't see multiple social media outlets, because if they're a true project, they'll want to be pushing on every single platform that they can to get as much eyeballs on that coin to grow the whole project. They won't be hiding behind anything. So no, Squiz was another one. The Squid Game coin, Heather, that's a whole nother one. Raishu, I have no idea, man. I'm not a fortune teller. I have no idea what the best project possible long-term investment is in the crypto space. There's so many coins. There's projects that I like. There's projects that I'm invested in. There's projects that I'm actively in quite a bit. So, I mean, I don't know. The projects that I've specifically picked, some have worked out. Some are like, like, for example, Stormex. Stormex kind of got me. I've only been trading cryptos for a year. I know some of you guys in here are new, since last December. But I've been trading stocks for 7 years. So when I come into cryptos, it wasn't like I was completely new to investing or trading. To me, it's all the same. It's just another name. So anyway, Stormex is one that I just put like $100 in it. Like, I didn't want to put a super crazy amount in this, but I thought it was an interesting project. And it still is an interesting project. But I'd have to sign in and everything. The problem I had, because I put $100 in and I'm staking it. Let's see, where's the Stormex chart at? And I wasn't that familiar with how Ethereum gas fees really worked at the time. I did catch this whole entire rip. You can see right here is December 20th. I did catch a lot of this on a trade, but the Stormex that I staked, because it's on the Ethereum chain, when I had staked it, it was back here, so Ethereum's costs were not that much. So as it ran up and all of that, I couldn't really pull it out because the cost of Ethereum, while the price of Stormex was way up here, was too much. I would have lost money having to pay Ethereum's gas fees to unlock my Stormex that was staked to sell it up here. So it's not really Stormex's fault, but that is a problem, and because of that, I have since backed off of the Stormex project. So Cardano I was really bullish on as well, And then Cardano, there was nothing really being built yet on Cardano because they didn't have the smart contracts until the last, what was it, 6 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that. They got their smart contracts, and I was expecting that to be a big thing for them. And it wasn't. We see Cardano's down at $1.20, and I'm actually not so sure that Cardano can recover. They need to really get going because they've now fell behind all the blockchains that are out running now. Ethereum, Avalanche, Polygon Matic, Cosmos, and its entire ecosystem of blockchains, which is now bridging to Ethereum, Bitcoin, Avalanche. We also have Polkadot, Algorand. Cardano's been falling way behind the pack, and we just looked at some other blockchains that are new that's come out. So you're going to see that. You're going to see some investments fail, but which ones? It's hard to say. I've been wrong on two of them. I'm not going to be right on anything. So I'm going to say I ain't going to be right on anything, but I'm not going to be right all the time, especially because the crypto market is so young. It is the wild, wild west. There's no regulations really. And even if there was, there's not really anything that they can do to enforce the regulations, because that would just drive people to cryptos more every time they've tried this in every country. That's what ends up happening is more crypto adoption. So there's not enough room in the world for every single crypto project. It's just not possible. Just like not every single person in the world owns a Walmart or owns a big business. That can't happen, because if everybody's producers, then producers at that top of a level or whatever, you're not going to have any competition or anything. So there's got to be competition for that growth. And right now, every single project that is out, including Bitcoin, is still competing with each other, to see who's going to beat each other out. And like I said, I think there's room for multiple blockchains, probably, quite a bit of blockchains. But at some point, if we're constantly creating infinite blockchains, it's going to be too much. It's going to outpace population growth and things like that. So you got to have still a realistic look on the crypto markets. You can't. I know it's really easy with social media and mainstream media. When the crypto market's up, it's all, we're all having a great time. It's wonderful. Come on in. The water's fine. And then you get in because you're a new investor. And when the media is saying it to get in, that's definitely the wrong time to get in. But you usually, if the spike is already like up here, like on StormX, or even let's go back to Ethereum, because StormX nobody really knows that much about, besides me, sadly. But when when Ethereum had this first spike back in May, right through here, it's like the beginning of this year. It actually is all through here. It was everywhere. There was crypto.com ads all over YouTube, Binance ads, the mainstream media, the mainstream news channels were talking about it. Every channel, I saw channels that have nothing to do with finances whatsoever talking about cryptocurrencies. So when that is happening, we're having kind of that market hype, that mainstream media hype that's usually too late. Like if you get in up here at a peak, you're gonna learn real quick that cryptos have very nice spikes, but they have very strong pullbacks as well. And until you're used to this type of volatility in a lot of coins, you can get scared out of positions very easy. And that's why when we had this last big dip the last couple of days, especially right here, I wasn't that freaked out. I was telling everybody, like, just hold off. We need a few more days to actually see some confirmation of which way this is going, because these weird moves like this just happen sometimes. Like you'll get a crack of support for maybe 5 minutes. Or there's some exchanges like Binance where Orlando, one of our community members, had his Bitcoin on and had a stop loss down at 30,000 just in case it ever dropped back down there for some reason. Well, on Binance not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, for some reason there's a big dump on the chart. It was like a very quick dump, and it dumped all the way to 8,000. It only did it on Binance. It didn't do it on any other exchanges. So you get things like that too. But just remember, it's the wild, wild west. There is nothing polished or clean about the crypto market. It is new market, it is new growth, new adoption, a whole new way of thinking really about, well, not really. It seems like a new way of thinking about currencies, but it's actually not. Well, it depends on the coin too, because there is some coins that have a lot of inflation built in or a lot of deflation, and the coins I like that, I'm not a fan of too much of that. You know, there can be too much. Too much of anything is bad for you. So, and that applies to everything in life. And that's the projects I don't want to see, the ones that are doing too much. I want to see the ones that are focused on a goal with an aim on doing something that can bring growth to whatever their project and community is. Whew. John Jack, play some gods. Yeah, Squid Games was one that got pulled pretty hard too. Ruben, I'll call you about that. There's some issues there, but we'll get it straightened out. Exactly. When life, it was like GameStop and AMC in the stock market. It was all over the news. People were paying for billboards. Buy AMC, buy GameStop. If you go back, if you go back on the Framework Fortune Home channel, there is a video from this. I think. When was the GameStop rip started? I think it was February. I could look it up on a chart, but I really don't care. It was somewhere back at the beginning of this year. I warned everybody against GameStop and said, pay attention to cryptos. Because at the time when everybody was hype about GameStop, cryptos had took a drop and were very low. So actually it was probably around, let's see, when was that? May. I think it was right here. Yep, this is it right here. On the chart right there. This was the drop that happened right there in February. And right around this time is when GameStop started getting a lot of attention and media hype. Well, I bought this dip on cryptos. I completely ignored AMC and GameStop. And then, of course, you can see the rip that happened that continued on for months while GameStop and AMC died bloody deaths. They're still slowly dying on the floor right now, especially AMC. So you can go check that video out on the Framework Fortune Home channel if you're interested. But that's the thing, like, you don't want to be buying any asset or investment at the top like that. When the whole entire world knows about it or thinks that it's hot, it's too late. It was hot, but now that they're all jumping into it, they're going to be the ones who get left holding the bag because there's transactions on both sides. Every time you buy a coin or buy a piece of gold or buy a stock, you're going to be selling it to somebody else. So somebody's going to have to be the bag holders. And usually retail traders and the majority of the public get stuck holding the bag, as we've seen, and the people on the inside make all the money. So you got to be smart. You got to be above the sheep herd mentality of just following whatever you see or whatever you hear. And do the research. Do the research yourself. Like, I cannot stress, especially after today, I cannot stress how important it is to do your research. Because you want to know what you're putting your money in. You don't want to know some stuff randomly to argue with somebody about a coin on Facebook. You want to know that where you're putting your hard-earned cash, which is trash, where you're putting it so it's not trash anymore. So why would you do anything any different? If you go and buy something at Amazon, you look at the reviews, you do some research on the product. I hope. I mean, I think most people do because there's a lot of comments. But if you do that for everything else in your life, why would you not research investments? So it's very important Do your own research. Know what you are investing in and what you are talking about. And I'm going to call it a day, guys. We will be back tomorrow morning on the Framework Fortune home channel for some live stock trading for the end of this Friday week that's been a little bit rough for the stock market. And then we'll be back here at 4:30 for the live crypto update. And then tomorrow morning, wait, what's today? Friday is tomorrow. Saturday morning, I will be live streaming 10 a.m. Central for a few hours. I don't know how long. Last week we did 6 hours, I think, but I'll be playing in the Gods Unchained weekend event ranked, and then if anybody in the community is wanting to play, you'll be able to play with me on the stream. So be sure to check that out if you are one of the Gods Unchained peeps. More stuff coming out on that too. And as HH Trader as Ruben who pointed it out, go check out frameworkfortune.com. It's free. The signups, signups with your email. There's no paywalls. Just a great community of traders and a lot of information being put up on there, as well as other things like our own blockchain and coin coming at some point in the future, hopefully early next year. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.